Hi, Liz Laura here again. And today I want to talk about healthy level of silliness as of regards to sexuality. Um, Healthy level of silliness. I think it's really important to recognize that sex can be funny. There's this wonderful scene in the movie Dogma where one of the characters, he's an angel, and he comes down and he's talking to the main protagonist in the movie, and he says to her, you humans, sex is a riot down here, or words to that effect. And I thought it was such a funny scene in the movie because it reflected something as an outside observer looking in. It reflected on the fact that people will oftentimes not recognize that sex is funny, that sex is really, really funny. There are plenty of other things that go on in terms of sexuality, in terms of communication, in terms of, affairs, abuse, cheating, lots of other things that go on in sexuality. There's also, the fun side and, whips and chains and swings and, having a good time and euphoria and orgasm. And at the same time, the healthy level of silliness that I think would be really, really useful to have and to engage in and practice in terms of sexuality is that the healthy level of silliness with it is that it's a very intimate act that can look and feel very awkward at times. And since it is a very intimate, vulnerable act with such awkwardness at times, it's incredibly important to be able to laugh, to be able to have fun with it, because those awkward moments are the ones that have a tendency to lock us down and lock our sexual expression into a little box because we feel uncomfortable or embarrassed. And that's the reason why it's important to remember to have a healthy level of silliness. I know in one of my own sessions, I have snorted because something that happened was just so hilarious. And it's good to have that because that's a release, that's a vent. That's a way for you to, have the moment and, have a moment in the sexual session and be like, blah, 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 blah. Oh, this feels kind of weird. This feels kind of awkward. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And then suddenly it's like, I don't really care. This was really amazing. And I learned something about myself. And hopefully my partner learned something about themselves too. And that's one of the things that I think is so important in terms of healthy level of silliness, practice, I should say, in sexuality. The healthy level of silliness that I mean specifically is that we have a tendency to put so much pressure on ourselves about our sexual expression, from something as little as to how we present ourselves when we're looking for somebody, to how we present ourselves to our short and long term partners, how we feel about our own bodies in the act, lots of things. And when we don't have the ability to laugh and enjoy and have a moment of, just this is just pure silliness, this is just purely, ridiculous in some way. You've seen it in movies, people having sex, and they roll off the bed, That's not a moment to be like, oh, that fucking sucks or oh, that hurts. It's more to be like, wow, that just happened. We just really had a good time with ourselves. And, what's so great about that is that it's really, really great to be able to laugh at those moments when our bodies do funny and weird things, and or we get a really bad Charlie horse, and it's just like, and people think, oh, I don't want to kill the mood, or all sorts of stuff like that. And at the end of the day, it's about a healthy level of, hey, this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be enriching. This is supposed to be fulfilling. And in all of that, it definitely means having a healthy level of silliness. So that's just, a nice little light video in terms of something that I think is an important component in our expression and practice of sexuality. And to go ahead and get you some silliness, enjoy it. Take some of those barriers and pressures off. Because when you do, you end up with more orgasmic bliss, quite simply. But otherwise, that's about it. Love's War. Check out my website, loveswar.net, and love and light. Have a good day. Bye.